Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, no matter where you are in the world. This is Howie, and I'm here to help you win with money. Today is Saturday, March 6th. It's really late. I'm going to do my ETrade video of every transaction that I did for the week so that we can compile the profit and loss for the week and for the year. So stay tuned. I'm going to speed it up a little bit. You guys have seen how I do it every week. So let's get right to it. So we're going to copy everything from March 1st. We'll paste that. Copy. Paste. March 2nd. Copy. Paste. Copy. Paste. March 3rd. Copy March 3rd. Paste. March 4th. Paste. Copy. Paste. March 5th. Paste. Copy. Paste. Copy March 6th. And paste. And paste. Okay, I think I fixed all of the fields. I set the put, the call, all the tickers, the option method. I'm going to hit save and I'm going to pivot on it and I'm going to see if I notice any errors. So let's go to the top. Let's do a new pivot. And when you hit the pivot, now it works. I just had to add the month in here for March. So that looks like it's working. Let's come in here. Let's hit the refresh. And there you go. March looks like it's working. Off to a good start in March based on what I see here. So the next thing we need to do is just grab the numbers here for the year. So I'm going to grab that out. Come back here. I want to paste that over here. And let's start filling this chart in. So I plugged it in. This is what it looked like. 32 trades. My total for the year is 319. And so far the P&L looks like it's good for the week. Early in the week I was able to make money. And then towards the end of the week I had some issues with Tesla. I closed out Lemonade and some other stuff here. So here's what the week looked like for March. If you take a quick look at it, this is what it looks like. $2,700 in March. And I can explain some of the trades. First thing you do is put a filter on Rocket Mortgage. And you see that was a prior week. So only grab anything with a different color here. And if you do this, you can see how much I made. I made $1,000. So what happened was it turned around. It did a big run up. And it hit $41. And then now I have to move my strike price back down. So I'm not out of this trade yet. But you can see I made some profit and I'm going to continue playing this. And the next one is the same way that we played it earlier, which is RIOT. RIOT had the same effect. It ran all the way up and then it ran back down. So let's just see how much we made this week. And you can see RIOT didn't really make us a lot of money this week. It made us $275 even though we rolled down. So here, when Bitcoin was dropping, RIOT shares are dropping. So now I'm moving the strike price down. And again, this is the same thing. It's going to take a couple of weeks, but the goal is to try to keep unrolling it and make profit there. The next one I want to talk about is Tesla. I put a filter. And so one thing you're going to realize is Tesla, I was lucky to escape with a small loss. I lost $172. And at one point in the day on Friday, I experienced a max loss of 2,000 when it crossed both my short put and my long put. And that was my insurance leg. It crossed it. I experienced max loss. But Tesla did go back up all the way up to about $598. I was able to close it out. There was a little bit too much risk. If I did nothing, I would have actually made profit in the beginning. But I ended up closing it for a couple $100 because I did when the market was red, I didn't want the additional risk of losing more money. So the lesson there is this. When you're playing short dated options, 0 days, 1 days, or even a week, you have higher exposure to the fluctuations of the market. We call that gamma risk. And normally speaking, if the market hovers around what it normally moves, and for Tesla, that's anywhere from under like 5% move, like a 4% move or whatever it may be, we would have been fine. But Friday was unusual. There was a lot of tech stocks that actually dropped 12, 13, or 14% in the middle of the day. And I didn't want to experience max loss. So I ended up closing my position. But those are things that you have to be aware of. There is a risk balance. And if you playing short dated options, you got to understand the risk. Normally, I don't worry about it. With short dated, I always try to play something more conservative. Tesla is probably not the right choice to do short dated options, so I may switch that going forward. But for this week, I escaped, and all the other stuff that I did actually covered it. So with that being said, I think everything looks right. I double checked the data. So a couple of points I want to make. So when I made money on RIOT blockchain, I made money when Bitcoin moved up. Now what I have to do is, because it's moving down, I have to roll my options out and down almost every other week and try to just recapture or bring the strike price back to market price. The very same thing that I have to do at RIOT blockchain, I also need to do at Rocket Mortgage, because you saw what happened this week. It went from $20 to 41, and now it's back down to 25. My options are at some of them are at the $29 level, some of them at the $30 level. So again, I have to do the same thing. I made money riding it up. Now I have to roll forward and roll down each time to try to collect the net credit each time. But the big story this week was my Tesla trade. Actually, now that I think about it, I was really lucky that I escaped it without losing more money. And I want to talk about that. I think that was a mistake for me to even show my viewers how to make 30 or 40 bucks or 50 bucks playing Tesla on a 0 day or a 1 day expiration. If I was going to show those, I think I need to just show it on the index, something like an S&P 500 or a mid cap or small cap index fund. Those are going to be a little bit less risk. Sure, you collect a little bit less premium, but in exchange, you're not going to get tested like what we just saw on Friday. And I think what I need to do is just rethink what I'm showing. Yes, you can do high risk trades and make it, but those trades are definitely not guaranteed, and we saw that on Friday. But overall, this is a good week. When you look at the data, this is overall a really good week. Most of the money from the cash curve put were from blockchain and also from the Rocket Mortgage trade. But cover calls did okay. Not a big gain, but definitely trending in the right direction from previous weeks. So thank you around for hanging around to see what I did in week number 9. I did pretty good for the first week of March. So my final numbers are the P&L. My running total for the year right now is up 12 grand. Average profit per trade is $38. Now the market is more volatile, so I need to adjust my strategy from here on out. So I want to keep that in mind. So I need to be more cautious going forward. As always, please drop me a like, subscribe, and comment below. Let me know if this has been helpful for you. Hopefully, I want to share all the things that I'm doing. If it helps you improve your trading, that's what I would like. I would like to help you win with money. Let's do this together. Let's do this $1 at a time. As always, have a profitable day. Bye-bye.